What is going on, people? As you can tell by the title, I am back for another review. And this movie was sent over to me by the people at RLJE Films. Another movie that I really did enjoy. Check out Housewife. That was one of the last movies they sent me over. When I first saw the title of this movie, I was thinking almost like a Nightmare on Elm Street kind of deal where something's haunting the people in their dreams. Well, let's just say it has something along that lines, but it's a different circumstance and different plot. Anyway, the movie I am reviewing is called Sleep No More. This movie is directed by Phillip Guzman. It's written by Jason Murphy. It stars Keli Price, Brea Grant, Stephen Ellis, among many others. So pretty much what this movie is about is a group of, I believe they're, well, on the back it says graduate students. So pretty much they're in a test study, I guess you want to call it. They're kind of the guinea pigs for this test study. And what it says is that once you're awake for 200 hours, you're never going to have to sleep again. Who knows? Why would you want to stay up for 200 hours straight? But they say that if you hit that threshold, which most people can't last, 24 hours, 48 hours without going completely mad. Once you hit that threshold, you're not going to have to sleep again and whatever. So pretty much it's these 5 students kind of trying their best to stay awake. Of course, they're getting these drugs and stuff, put into their body and along those lines. And they're getting tested. They have like their brain waves monitored and all this. And it's pretty much, as the movie goes along, it's them trying to cope with what goes on. I'm sure there's been people here or watching my video that have, stayed up for one reason or another past what you're supposed to stay up. You're up for a day and a half or 2 days or whatever. Who knows what the longest anybody has stayed up for. But after a while, your brain starts acting differently. I mean, when you're tired, you're so out of it. But just think about staying up for over a week and what would happen in that situation. Well, it starts messing with these people in different ways. Some people are seeing stuff from the past that they wanted to, I guess, bury. Other people are seeing things and feeling different ways and hearing voices and all this. So in the beginning of the movie, it's them trying to stay up for all this time. By the end of it, it's them trying to go to sleep and trying to end what's going on. And it's just a never-ending, never-stopping kind of situation that, they're trying everything in the book to, again, in the beginning, stay awake, and by the end, go back to sleep. But let's just say by the end of the movie, whatever they're trying isn't working. So definitely an interesting plot line, and, it's one of those situations. Who would want to stay up that long to figure out or find out about that? But I must say about this movie, when I first saw it, the music hit me, and I'm like, oh, it's one of those movies that are, placed now with some like 80s synth music. But no, it's actually placed in the 80s with a whole bunch of 80s music in it. Like the soundtrack to this, I would want to get the soundtrack to this movie because it has the big hits of the 80s. I was finding myself singing along through this whole movie. There's not a crazy amount of gore, but there is blood and guts and stuff along those lines. But it's not like every 5 seconds or you're turning around to see it. There is some, you'll see blood splatters and cuts and all this stuff, but it's not like your typical slasher, your gore fest, I guess you want to call it. But it does have its, intense scenes and intense moments and bloody moments. But overall, I must say the premise and the plot to this one is definitely an interesting one. Again, when I first saw it or first heard the title, I was thinking more of a Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street type movie. It has a little bit of that in it, because you have, like I said, each person kind of has their own experience, I guess you want to call it. Well, some of them are dealing, and this thing manifests itself. I don't want to, spoil anything or say anything, but something, let's just say, manifests, and some people are seeing it, some people aren't. But Sleep No More, definitely an interesting premise. It comes out October 2nd. I forgot to mention that in the beginning. It does come out October 2nd, which I'll leave a link to for the Amazon, or I'll leave a link to the RLJE Films website as well, where I'm sure you can purchase it. But definitely, if you're into stuff like that, into the mind bending. I don't want to say mind bending. Well, I guess you can say it, or just people going nuts slowly through the movie. This one's definitely for you. Again, check it out and enjoy RLJE. To tell you the truth, the past couple movies I definitely dug. So if you don't watch this one, check out Housewife. Check out my review for that as well. And if you're interested, if you like my reviews, definitely check out all my other ones. Also check out my Hocus Pocus Steelbook giveaway. There's still a few extra days. And definitely check out the other RLJE stuff. I'll leave the links, like I said, to everything in the description. I'll leave the links to where you can purchase it. I'll leave a link for the trailer. I'll leave a link to all my other social media. And I guess until next time, I'll see you guys.